Super Soup by Andy Warhol.
Canadian government spokesman said that your art could not be described as original sculpture. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Why do you agree?
Well, because it's not original.
You have just been copied a common item.
Yes.
Well, why have you bothered to do that? Why not create something new?
Because it's easier to do.
Well, isn't this sort of a joke then that you're playing on the public?
No. It gives me something to do.
About Andy Warhol, his real name is Andrew Warhola, born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania in 6 August 1928. When he was a child, he having health disease called rare nervous system disease. While he was recovering from his sickness, his mother told him to draw. He was a shy and quite likely to drawing watching photography and movie in that era. He was leading figure in the visual art movement known as pop art. He was outstanding artist in 1950. He wanted to be rich and famous, while many artists focus on their art. Theme and subject matter of pop art usually celebrate simple everyday objects such as soup, can, soap, washing powder, pop bottle, and comic strip. In art effect, turn commonplace into item icons. For example, movie and advertising, food, comic strip, industrial and household product. About the theory, pop art is widely interpreted as a reaction to the then dominant ideas of abstract expressionism as well as an expression upon them. Hence, it aimed to employ image of popular as opposed to realistic culture in art. It is also associated with the artist's uses to mechanical means of production or rendering technique. In pop art, the epic was replaced with the everyday and the mass-produced awarded the same significance as the unique. Back to the story about Andy Warhol. When Andy Warhol was old enough, he went to college and studied art. And when he graduated, he moved to New York City to become a commercial artist. In 1961, Andy Warhol came out with the concept of using mass-produced commercial goods in his art. One of the products that the Warhol loved most is the Campbell tomato soup, which his Warhol tasting menu would be complete without. After the Coke bottle, he was seeking a new subject matter and asked friends for ideas. He did this a lot. Gallery's friends of Andy's told him to think of the most common everyday things he could imagine, like a Campbell soup can, and so that's exactly what he set himself to reproduce. Working from a black and white photograph and cutting stencils by hand, his first series of individual can painting represented Campbell's complete product line at the time, and it was exhibited at various galleries in Los Angeles on shelf as an indication to its customary grocery Eisner presentation. In the span of a few months in late 1961 and early 1962, Warhol painted nearly 50 soup can painting in all, and eventually landed on 6 screenings as the precise and easiest way to make them. 2 of Andy's Warhol paintings were part of the 1962 exhibition. The new realist, one of the first to identify as what would become known as pop art. The same year, he explained in his spontaneous and simplistic way, pop art is a way of liking things. By the time of the 1964 exhibition, the American supermarket Warhol had become synonymous with the pop movement. Andy Warhol, yes, he was the one of the artists is likely to be rich and famous. Hence, he's selling soup can paint for $1,500 and actual can of the soup, signed by himself with $50 each. Campbell's soup wasn't just recognizable, it was a similar of those served him by his mother during his childhood in his hometown. He always had a good supply of Campbell's on hand to prepare for her sons. Warhol claimed he ate this every day for years, often with a sandwich and cornflakes. By the year in 1987, Andy Warhol having a surgery called gallbladder surgery. Warhol died of cardiac arrhythmia in February 1987. The end.